Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a dinosaur deck again. We haven't played a dinosaur deck since Ixalan came out a month ago. This one is bumped up. We got some stuff in there from previous sets, and I'm fairly certain that it's going to have the stones to really rock this place. If this sounds interesting to you, stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host. Look for me on the TV show Treehouse Wars as we attempt to build yet another secret above-ground headquarters. Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Suck It. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the AetherHub. It's just called Deck. It's called Deck. I called it Naya Dinos because it's Naya colors, red, green, white, and it's dinosaur tribal. The cool thing about this is, let's see, I haven't played dinosaurs since Ixalan came out a month ago, and we're back again. And this time it's been upgraded to include, we let it percolate for a while. We let people really kind of flesh it out. And we got the right level of the right cards. We've got Etali put back in here. We've got fight rigging. We've got Gwenna pushed in with her double ability, double mana for creatures, and the ability to get pumped when they're larger than 5. Yeah, man, this is, I think, a good balance, and I'm really hoping for the best. According to AetherHub, this thing has got a 74% win rate, and we'll see if we can make it do the same. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through the cards super quick. We'll talk about what the deck should do. Then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? We've got, it's a sorcery, does damage. It's either 2 or equal to the greatest power amongst dinosaurs you control. So hopefully you'll have some dinosaurs out that do much better, such as 6 or 5. But only does it to creatures. Just creatures. Mana Druid. Only works for dinosaurs, though. Mana Druid, but you can then exile. You can play dinosaurs that you've exiled with this particular card from the graveyard. So this one allows you to do graveyard conversion. Not conversion. Graveyard recursion. There we go. This guy's got trample, he's a 3/2, which is great. But even more so, whenever another dinosaur comes into play, you can have this guy take on the same power as the other guy until the end of the turn. This one allows you to look at the top 5 cards of your library, reveal a permanent, and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. And then you can break this egg open to pull out a trample for 4/3. And whenever you cast a spell, it gains indestructible to the end of the turn. All right. Fight rigging. Every turn on your combat, you put a Popo counter on a target creature control. As soon as you have a creature with a power of 7 or greater, you can play whatever exiled card that the Hideaway did. And so hopefully it'll be something awesome. Gwenna, you have 2 mana of any color, but you can only spend it on creatures. And whenever you play a creature spell of 5 or greater, you put a Popo counter on her and tap her. This guy comes out as a 6/6. And if you don't have another dinosaur, then whenever this card attacks, you put a stun counter on it. So that sucks. It'll slow it way down. But we got Hulking Raptor who comes out. He's got Ward 2. And at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you get 2 extra green mana. So he's a mana pumper. He'll pump it straight up in there. Bonehoard Dragon, flying for strike. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile the land card this way, you get to create a 3/1 dinosaur creature token. If it was a non-land card, then create a treasure token. So he gets the ability to pump out extra value for you there. Planis Hatchery, he comes out with a couple extra eggs, and then on every combat, one of those eggs turns into a 3/3 with haste. Otherwise, he's just a nice 5/3, right? Trumpeting Carnosaur, 7/6. When he enters the battlefield, you discover 5. You exile the top 5 cards. See, top of until you exile a non-land card with mana value of 5 or less. And you can put it into play without playing its mana cost or put it into your hand. You could choose to do that. So hopefully you get something good. What's 5 or less? Everything from this column to the left. Etali comes into play, and you get to exile it from the top until you exile a non-land card. And you may play any number of those spells or any number of spells from amongst the non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. Fantastic. So there's nothing but value between these two cards, just pure value. And then you transform into Super Killbot 10,000. Another super value player is Gishath. Lots of soft sounds there. The sun's avatar, because normally he just goes through the sky, blinding light down on people. 7/6 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you reveal as that many cards as the amount of damage. Reveal that many cards from the. So however much damage you deal to a player. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from amongst them into the battlefield and the rest. So he basically brings out the horde. Just drops them down there. If you could drop down Etali or Trumpeting Carnosaur, you'll get even more value out of the deal. What else we got? We got Hasty Spirits. We got a Disenchant land right there. And this could be Dinosaur. I think I might have to use it for Druid at some point, just in case we don't have the right kind of mana to be able to put out our Druid ladies there. So what are we doing? We're ramping. That's what we're doing. We're ramping our way, hopefully, to get to a Pugnacious Hammerskull by turn 2. Fight rigging to then drop something else out, and by turn 4 or 5, just laying down the hammer on people. If that's not going to happen, we'll work our way gradually in a mid-rangey kind of way until eventually we're just getting to super fly zone and going ham on people. All right, that's it. So before we go out and do our damage, let us, as always, say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, let's see who we're playing against. Jaden Hun 1. Piana 1. Okay, keep. Invasion of Ixalan, huh? 5, 6, 7, 8. You are an expensive one. What do we need? Red and white. Green's what we get. That's it. What do you do for us? Oh, it's a completely different card than I thought I was playing. Alright, so you are worth 2 mana, so I've got 5, 6. Unless he gets killed. Alright, you are too expensive. You are a 5. Just nicking my ramp down. Jerk. Alright, so that will be 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless I can do 5 points to anybody I want. What do I got then? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, down we go. Go see what we can get. We're gonna crack it open. We're gonna give it to Gruul. All right, Jaden Hunya. I don't know what you think you're doing. You got 1 mana. All right, we're good. We should be able to play 8. What does this do? Yeah, that'll be fun. When Avatar deals damage to a player, reveal that many cards on top of the library, putting a number of dinosaur creatures amongst them into the battlefield and the rest on the bottom in any order. And haste. You guys own dinosaur out. He wants to kill. Dinosaur. All right, here goes Gishath auto pay. All right, got an egg. And we win. And we win. Victory. Up and against RedDwarf. Not the white or black one. 2 mana. Here's me just hoping. All right, good. 2. We'll get out of Yearling. Let's do some Hammerskulling. All right, 3 Hammerskull. And I got trample. It's going to happen. Hey, Hootie, how you doing, my friend? Down to 14. Wait, he gets that level already? That's crazy. All right, still only 3 mana. Let's go ahead and put out the other Hammerskull. Take it. In we go. It's time for 12. One guy trampling. They're both going to be dead. All right, he's down to 7. Nice. Still rolling at 3. Let's go for fight rigging. What can we get? You are going to be good. Bring in, baby. All right, so he's going to block one. He's going to block both. What he's going to do, one of them's going to die. He's got to outrace me at this point. He's doing a good job of it. All right, fight rigging number 2 seems like the best course of action. The fact we're not getting through our mana just sucks. What's he going to do to me here? He just wanted that thing dead, huh? All right, there we go. Victory! I thought he was going to be crazier than that. All right, I'm playing against Kekistan. Keep. Let's see if we can grab at this. To pay. We'll grab that one. All right, let's Hammerskull it. All right, we'll play with dinosaur there. What do we got? Those two. Ooh, not a dinosaur. This is going to cost me. We're going to go after that. We'll see if he puts his ninja in front of it. Nope, that's good. All right, there's a bunch of mana sources for us. What is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can get out Gishath on our next turn. Can't be blocked. Draw your card. All right, cool. 8. All right, now it's time to throw down some dinosaurs. Which we whiffed all of them. Oh, the humanity. All right, dinosaur egg. You get to become hatched, my friend. All in. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys really start pulling from dinosaurs. Nope, can't do you. You don't have enough mana for it. All right, we're going to play this game. Nice. Down to 8. Fury's out of play. Couple little chumps there. Jump number 2. There we go. All in. Bam, bam! Dino Crunch Madness. Winner, winner, victory dinner. Alright, we're playing against Freddie G. Your dude has no pants on here. He slid right over like he's doing a moonwalk or something. The dude wants clothes. I don't... What is he, a house elf or something? And we're out. Okay, good. We can technically put a Hulking Raptor out next turn. Let's see what our boys got going on here. Yeah, I'm going to slam in. Well, that is a lot. Alright, all in for 6. That's a lot of fight rigging. Hopefully he doesn't take out the Hammerskull, because I kind of need him. Alright, Freddie G. I'll poke your dude in the eye. He's shivering over there. He's super cold. Alright, that's the end of it. Victory! Alright, playing against Superior Smile. Smilai. Keep. Alright, so Hammerskull's coming out next. And fight rigging, I guess. Is this guy scared to attack, though, is the problem. Alright. Let's play this a different way. By rigging. We got plenty of mana, or we got life at the moment, which we think we got. This is the guy I want. But look, we have here. And now we gotta go for 7 and 1 and 2. Yeah, sure, whatever. There you go. Alright, we've got a nice lineup of dinosaurs. Hopefully he doesn't have any board wipes. And we win the game. That's how dinosaurs win the game. Victory! Alright, playing against McBeer. Ah, 2 mana. 3, 4. Alright, I'm keeping it. Whatever happened to the poor mana elf? Used to be able to produce mana. Now it's all druids. I could have put out the Hammerskull. I wasn't watching. I was too lured up on trying to get these guys all out. All right, 3. Hammerskull. Oh, that's not right. And oh, the humanity, no attacks. Yeah, it looks like I got to tap these guys manually to get them doing the things they need to do. Go for the Triumphant Chomp, man. I'll pay over it anyway, no matter what it costs. Because I'm killing Nalar. Alright, and Hulking Raptor. All in for 6. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, and it's 6 total, so that means the Please Hatcher is not coming out. Oh, but we got Hulking Raptor passing out 2 more, so that's 8. Means I could play Gishath. Dinosaur, Gishath. Sure, all in. Alright, you're about to block Gishath, but he's got trampled. That means that he's getting through. I'm going to pull out the world's best lineup here. 1, 2, 3. And some more. Yeah, we'll fight Rig. And Gishath again. That sounds like fun. No, we're cool. Decline. Alright, there's the whole lineup. Either you wipe the board or you die. I don't think you're wiping the board. And we win. Alright, that was Power Incarnate right there. Victory! Alright, so we are looking at Naya Dinos. And, you know, I was kind of hit or miss with this deck. We ended up only pulling a 50% win. Now, the thing about it is that, well, sometimes, I mean, here's the deal. You played this deck, and this deck just went ham sometimes. It just went to crazy town. And that was fantastic. While other times, you just put a guy out, it gets killed. You put a guy out, it gets killed. You put another guy out, it gets killed. And you didn't get anywhere with it. So this deck had, depending upon who it went up against, like usually if it was a monocolored deck, mono blue, mono white, mono red, yeah, I had a really hard time with those decks. Something that had more than one color to it, not good. Esper, that's another one I did not do a good job with. It's just people that just sat there and didn't want to do control or just wanted to control the whole time. Yeah, I mean, that's it. This deck wants to fight. It wants to rock. It wants to go crazy with people. But people who can wipe the board can just wipe the board. And then you're sitting there with, you know, your hand completely empty and no place to go. All right, so let's see. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player in this deck? You know who it was? It was Fight Rigging. Fight Rigging was, you know, on top of Pugnacious Hammerskull. Because you get this guy out for 3, which puts you out as a 6/6. Which meant for another 3, you get out Fight Rigging, which immediately puts you to 7. And which meant that whatever you grabbed with Fight Rigging, you were going to get into play almost immediately. That was the combo that made this deck just go nuts. And if you can focus on that the vast majority of the time, which is Pugnacious Hammerskull and Fight Rigging, then yeah, you had a strong chance of winning the game. Going after Gishath was so good, pretty incredible. I would highly recommend it should you have the means. All right, but even if you didn't have Pugnacious Hammerskull, if you had any of the other dinosaurs out and get fight rigging allowed you to make your dude stronger as well as pulling something awesome out and getting it into play. So yes, there we go. Fight rigging was the MVP of this particular deck. Enjoy your time at Disneyland, fight rigging. All right, was this deck competitive? No. 50% even in casual, that's not going to do it. The deal was the deck, it was too much hit or miss. It was a good, fun play, but yet it still sometimes just stood there, with its sitting on its own hands. That's the way it felt. Because it needed to ramp, and if they started going, and ramping is entirely about getting out the druids here. And if you didn't get them out, or they just killed them, then you weren't going anywhere, and you weren't able to get up to the guys you needed. Fight rigging still works at 3. Pugnacious Hammerskull still works. There was a chance you could pull this stuff out, but you still had to get those particular cards to make it happen. So anything that was super aggro over that, you really had a hard time with, big time. All right, so was it competitive? No, it's not. It's not a competitive deck. I thought this deck was going to be an upgrade. I thought that with having things in there like fight rigging and Etali, that we were going to get that level of super coolness that was going to make this deck so much better than V1. I didn't see it. I just didn't see it. It didn't work out against what's in the meta right now, against what you're playing against. All right, was this deck fun? Yeah, I mean, it had its moments. I mean, like I said, there's sometimes when it just sat on its hands, it was not fun at that point. And that's usually playing against aggro, and they had answers to all your early game stuff. Countering, board wipes, destroying your ramp dudes. It's not hard. It's not hard. And the next thing you know, you're not doing anything. But when this deck fights, it fights really hard. One of the guys I really like is the Hatcher, because you get out 3 dudes for 1. And, sure, one of them stays an egg, but at least the second, one of them is turning into a 3/3 beast out of the deal with haste. So not bad at all. Yeah. Yeah, I quite dug it. I thought from a fun perspective, I think Dinosaur is great. I appreciated seeing Gwenna in there, and the fact that Gwenna just gets super pumped off of this deck big time. All right, was this deck interesting? Not so much. I mean, it's a dinosaur deck, which is great, and it's a relatively new thing to be playing with. We haven't seen dinosaur decks since the last Ixalan, which was years ago. So we're playing with a lot of new cards from Lost Caverns. So yes, it's interesting because of that. It's also interesting because it's tribal, and it's interesting because we're playing with a version that has cards from older sets in there. So therefore, it's not just Ixalan. It's got other cards to make it an even better deck, supposedly. But for me, like I said, I couldn't get it to go. So if this thing had a better win rate, I'd say this is a very interesting deck, between it being tribal, being new, and having stuff mixed in there from old decks to help make it even better. It'd be fantastic. So I'm going to say yes, it was an interesting deck. All right, so let's add that up. Was it competitive? No. According to wherever I picked it up from, AetherHub, it said this thing had a 74% win rate. I don't know. It could just be me. Maybe I'm the one that plays this thing wrong. I don't know, man. But 74 says this is a competitive deck. I couldn't get it. To me, it was 50%. So no, I don't think it's competitive. Is it fun? Yes. Is it interesting? Yes. So I'm going to give this deck an A-. I think it's got a lot of potential. It might be a deck that just works with somebody other than me. Or it could just be that I didn't understand how to play it well enough. Maybe I needed to really focus on fight rigging a lot more and not put out the creatures as much. I don't know. Maybe that's what the deal was. So anyways, A- deck. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have more fun with it than I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of uncommonly good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.